Hello, I'm making this little special video for you on the Monday evening before Giving Tuesday, tomorrow, November 30th, 2021. I just want to give you an update on all that the Lord is doing and in the ministry through Mott Ministries. Uh, our perspective is so important. I just recently heard a story about two monks that overslept and missed their morning prayer time. Well, for their punishment, their penance, if you will, the abbot of the monastery made them put peas in their shoes and walk all day with these peas in the shoes. Well, one monk, he walked every step with agony, grimacing and moaned and complained. The other monk, he walked with a smile on his face, and he walked with with pep in his step. And finally, the agonizing monk couldn't take it any longer. At about midday, he says, "I don't understand, brother. How can you take every step with such pep and with such enthusiasm and excitement with these peas in your shoes?" He said, I first boiled the peas before I put them in my shoes. Perspective. Perspective is huge, and this time of year we begin to get our perspective. We've had Thanksgiving, and now we're getting ready to go into Christmas, and we have to examine our perspective. At Christ Church, we're going through a series called God Bless Us Everyone. And I count it a blessing to serve as the pastor along with Angela of Christ Church in Plainfield, a church that Mott Ministries, many of you as partners, helped us pioneer almost 12 years ago. We started out as a small group in a local hotel conference room, and then grew. And within a few months, we're in a building that we were buying. And then the building was remodeled. And then the church, in the meantime, became its own organization, entity, if you will, separate. But still, through the years, Mott Ministries has played a pivotal part in the growth and the outreach of Christ Church. And for that, I'm thankful. That's my perspective. As I think about Christ Church, I can't help but think about the men and women of Mott Ministries, the partnership that have been with us through so many years. And we're still going strong here at Mott Ministries. Mott Ministries began in 2001. And then I was out preaching and singing in churches. And then in 2002, God gave the concept of faith country music to me and my dear friend and co-writer, Pastor James Heitshoe. And he and I began writing the music, and he made arrangements for me to get into a great studio in Nashville. In June 2002, we recorded the first album called Beyond Your Dreams. And most of you know this story. Again, I'm just sharing our perspective on how thankful and grateful we are for what God has done in spite of what the enemy would try to do. And that album, we released our first single late in 2002, and by Christmas, December 24th, 2002. So we're coming up on 20 years ago. Can you imagine that? Will be 20 years next year, but 19 years that that album was released, and our first single, "Too Many Old Devils," debuted at number 18 in the top 25 Christian country songs of the nation. Ultimately, it went to number 4 and stayed there for 8 weeks. And then other releases from that album did well. And then in 2004, No Limits, we did No Limits, and we had a number 1 song, Me and My Jesus, the summer of 2007. And in the meantime, we got to do we called it our Walmart tour. We got to go into Walmarts all over the Midwest and sing our music and make the music available. And so just so many wonderful things. There's no way in this short video I can tell you, but sometimes people ask me, it's like, why is it you're always so enthusiastic? Why is it your perspective is always positive and outreach oriented? Well, it's because even when the devil tries to put peas in my shoes, I boil the peas and I walk with a smile and pep in my step. And as a partner of Mott Ministries, you certainly add to that. I always look forward to getting your emails and letters, and of course, donations. It helps us keep the ministry moving forward. And so many of you have been faithful through the years. And tomorrow, November 30th, is Giving Tuesday of 2021. And you have the opportunity to be a part, to continue to be a part of Mott Ministries, or maybe you've never been a partner with me in this ministry. Now we have Faith Country Band, and we have a single out right now called God's Guitar. We just recently this summer was named the Gospel Fan Awards Favorite Band of the Year, which is phenomenal. With our first radio release back last November, October, and it went as high as up in the top 40, I think maybe the top 20, I don't remember, called Blue Collar Jesus. And now we've got a song out called God's Guitar, and being named Gospel Fan Awards Band of the Year. So we're going strong there, and we've got great plans of what we're going to do. And even my solo ministry, I'm going to share with you a couple of things if I can bring them up here on the screen. This coming Sunday night, December the 5th, I'm going to be at New Mercy Worship Center in Mattoon, Illinois, with my friends Pastors Ed and Marinelle Stevens, and we're going to have a great time there. So if you're in the Mattoon, Illinois area, come out and be with us for a Faith Country Thanksgiving and Christmas celebration. We'll start the evening with some songs of thanksgiving to the Lord in a time of worship, and then after a break, we'll come back and we'll begin to get our hearts set for Christmas as I lead us in some Christmas songs. And then on Saturday, December the 18th, I'm going to be with a dear friend of mine up in Converse, Indiana. That's near Marion, Indiana. Pastor Bob Couch and the good folks there at the community church, and it's going to be a full Christmas concert. I'm going to do songs old and new, traditional songs like Winter Wonderland, and then of course songs that really focus us on the season, such as Mary Did You Know. So there's a lot of exciting things that are going on in the midst. And then I wanted to share with you about this. In April, I have been given the invitation, the opportunity. Angela and I will be flying into Burbank, California, and we're going to be at a Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat. Now, many of you know, a few years ago, much like faith country music, God dropped in birth, exploded, if you will, in my heart to learn this genre called Gypsy Jazz. Now, many of you probably never heard of Gypsy Jazz music. Maybe that's part of why I'm doing this. But the Lord has given me a vision of how Gypsy Jazz music is going to be able to be like another extension of Mott Ministries, like faith country. And so we're already, I just talked to my friend Chris Golden, my producer today, and we're believing that by this time next year, we're going to be going in the studio making an EP of 5 or 6 songs of Gypsy Jazz music that's going to help us reach an entirely new population. Gypsy Jazz is especially very strong over in Europe. And so it's going to be an exciting time, and God's opening these doors like this opportunity to go out in LA. And so I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for you. You help us make these things happen. When we go to churches, we don't ask them to do anything for us. If they can't afford a motel, we take care of a hotel. If they can't afford an airlines flight, the ministry takes care of that. And we just go, as we have now since 2001 with Mott Ministries, to be a blessing to the pastor, to be a blessing to the organizational leader, to be a blessing to the congregation, and to be a blessing and an outreach into their community with the unique style and presentation of gospel presentation that God has given me. And I want to thank you for being a part of that. It's been an exciting 20 years, and I know as the Lord tarries, He's got good things in store. So thank you for watching this little video. Would you just think right now and ask the Lord what He would have you to do to be a part of Mott Ministries? When you sow into Mott Ministries, you are sowing into a ministry of great diversity of outreaches. We have faith country music, the music alone from No Limits and Beyond Your Dreams, and the things that the sounds of home, my solo albums. But then you're also being a part of what God is doing through us 4 members as Faith Country Band, and our album, All My Friends Are Talking. And every time we step on a platform or a stage as a band, you're part of that. Every time I step on a platform or a stage as a solo artist, you're part of that. When I walk into a church to preach the gospel and maybe share some music, you're part of that. You are part of this new vision that God has given it. We're not forgetting everything that we've done. We're just continuing on. We're doing what the gospel writer said, to add unto these things. And so the Gypsy Jazz thing is we're not forsaking anything we've ever done, and we're not changing directions. We're just adding to. And with your help, we're going to continue to do that. So I want to thank you, because every dollar that you give into Mott Ministries, we use it wisely. We operate our ministry absolutely debt-free, and we're able to do that because of partners like you. Again, you helped pioneer a church almost 12 years ago, and now Christ Church is doing phenomenal. Again, Mott Ministries partners with Christ Church from time to time, but in the early days, we underwrote all the expenses of the church until the congregation was able to take care of those expenses within that. And so that's just another miracle story in itself. But you're part of all of that. And the Bible talks about that when you partner with someone in the gospel, every victory, every success is accredited to your eternal account, like it is to the one who did the work in the field. So I want to thank you for doing that. I want you to have a good perspective. Maybe you're going through a tough time right now. I want you to just begin to declare, well, the devil may try to put peas in my shoes, but I have boiled the peas, and I'm going to walk with excitement. I'm going to walk with the gift of enthusiasm in my life, and I'm walking with the perspective that my God is more than able to meet all my needs according to his riches through Christ Jesus. I love you. I look forward to hearing from you very soon. God bless you.